Mastering corporate restructuring. Our company's survival depends on exposing the dark secrets behind its restructuring obsession. How can we identify the underlying factors that are driving the necessity for corporate restructuring initiatives within our organization? And what are the key motivations that are compelling its implementation at this particular juncture in our company's evolution? To identify the underlying factors driving the necessity for corporate restructuring initiatives within an organization, and to determine the key motivations compelling its implementation, a thorough analysis of the company's current state and future goals is essential. This analysis should encompass various aspects, including financial performance, market trends, operational efficiency, and organizational design. Financial performance. A review of the company's financial statements, including income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements, can provide valuable insights into its financial health. Key performance indicators, KPIs, such as revenue growth, profit margins, return on investment, ROI, and debt-to-equity ratio, can highlight areas of concern, indicating the need for restructuring initiatives. For instance, a decline in revenue growth or profit margins may necessitate cost-cutting measures, while a high debt-to-equity ratio may require debt restructuring or refinancing. Market trends. An analysis of the industry and market trends can help identify external factors contributing to the need for restructuring. This includes evaluating the competitive landscape, customer needs, and emerging trends that may require the organization to adapt and transform its business model. For example, shifting customer preferences, technological advancements, or changes in regulatory requirements may necessitate the development of new products or services, process improvements, or strategic partnerships. Operational efficiency. Assessing the organization's operational efficiency can reveal opportunities for improvement, which may be addressed through restructuring initiatives. This includes evaluating the company's supply chain, logistics, and procurement processes, as well as its human resources, IT systems, and organizational design. Inefficient processes, skill gaps, and outdated technology can lead to waste, inefficiencies, and reduced productivity, making restructuring necessary. Organizational design. The company's organizational design, including its structure, culture, and leadership, can significantly impact its performance and ability to adapt to changing market conditions. A review of the organizational design can identify areas of inefficiency, silos, and gaps in decision-making authority, which can be addressed through restructuring initiatives. For instance, a flat organizational structure may hinder decision-making, while a top-heavy structure may lead to inefficiencies and bureaucracy. Key motivations. Once the underlying factors driving the need for corporate restructuring are identified, the key motivations for its implementation can be determined. These motivations may include 1. Cost reduction and efficiency improvement, reducing costs, improving operational efficiency, and increasing productivity to enhance competitiveness and profitability. 2. Debt reduction and refinancing, restructuring debt to improve the company's financial health, reduce interest payments, and increase cash flow. 3. Strategic transformation, implementing strategic changes to adapt to market trends, customer needs, and emerging technologies, ensuring the company's long-term sustainability. 4. Performance improvement, enhancing financial performance, including revenue growth, profit margins, and ROI, to increase shareholder value. 5. Competitive advantage, restructuring to gain a competitive edge, improve market position, and increase market share. 6. Risk management, mitigating risks associated with operational inefficiencies, regulatory non-compliance, or cybersecurity threats, ensuring the organization's long-term survival. 7. Cultural transformation, restructuring to create a more agile, innovative, and customer-centric culture, driving business growth and success. By conducting a thorough analysis of the company's current state and future goals, the underlying factors driving the need for corporate restructuring initiatives can be identified, and the key motivations compelling its implementation can be determined. This understanding is essential for developing a comprehensive restructuring strategy that addresses the organization's specific challenges and opportunities, ultimately driving operational excellence and long-term success. When the phone rang, I knew it was going to be one of those conversations, the kind that required a deep breath, a strong cup of coffee, and a willingness to listen. Our company's CEO, Jane, was on the other end, and she didn't sound like her usual self. The words corporate restructuring hung in the air like a dark cloud. As I sat down with Jane, it became clear that our organization was facing some serious challenges. The numbers weren't adding up, and our operations were starting to show signs of inefficiency. We both knew that something had to give. The question was, what? As we dug deeper, I realized that this wasn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It was about people, processes, and the very fabric of our organization. I thought to myself, what are the underlying currents driving this need for change? Was it a desire to cut costs, boost profits, or perhaps a sense of urgency to stay competitive in a rapidly changing market? Jane and I started by examining our company's history. We looked at the decisions we'd made, the investments we'd undertaken, and the strategies we'd pursued. It was like following a trail of breadcrumbs, trying to understand how we'd arrived at this point. What stood out was a pattern of reactive decision-making, rather than proactive planning. We'd been so focused on putting out fires that we'd neglected to tend to our own growth. This epiphany sparked a new line of inquiry. I began to wonder, what are the motivations driving our need for change? Was it a desire to recapture our competitive edge, or a fear of being left behind? Perhaps it was a mix of both. Whatever the reason, I knew we needed to tap into that motivation if we were going to succeed. The next step was to engage with our team members, to hear their concerns, and to understand their perspectives. It quickly became apparent that everyone was feeling the pressure. They were worried about their jobs, the future of the company, and the impact on their families. I remembered a conversation I'd had with a colleague years ago about the importance of empathy in leadership. This was one of those moments. As we delved deeper into the process, it became clear that operational excellence was the key to our survival. We needed to streamline our processes, eliminate waste, and focus on what truly mattered. But this wouldn't be easy. It would require tough decisions, difficult conversations, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. Negotiation skills became crucial at this stage. We had to navigate the complex web of interests, priorities, and fears that existed within our organization. It was a delicate balancing act, where every move had the potential to either unite or divide. I recalled a piece of advice I'd received early in my career: listen more than you speak, and speak only when you have something meaningful to say. Those words proved invaluable in this context. Throughout the process, I was acutely aware of the emotional toll this was taking on everyone involved. It was like being in a pressure cooker, where the heat was constantly building. There were moments of frustration, anger, and despair, but also moments of hope, determination, and resilience. I felt like I was living through a roller coaster of emotions, where every twist and turn presented a new challenge. As we emerged from the darkness, a new picture began to take shape. Our company was transforming, slowly but surely. We'd identified the underlying factors driving our need for change, and we'd tapped into the motivations that would propel us forward. It was a painful journey, but one that would ultimately lead to operational excellence. In the end, it was a story of common sense, of listening to our people, and of being willing to make the tough decisions. It was a story of acknowledging our mistakes, learning from them, and using that knowledge to build a stronger, more resilient organization. As I looked around at the team, I knew that we'd finally found our way. We'd weathered the storm, and we'd come out the other side, stronger, wiser, and more united than ever before.